with Shayna, I will hold her hand, but I do feel on edge the whole time. Like, I feel like someone's gonna say something or someone's looking too hard, and say like if we're like parting ways on the street and we want to like kiss goodbye or something, it's kind of like I'll do it, but it's still in my head like, oh, let's do this really fast, you know, so no one sees or notices.
And then I'll still be worried, like, say if we did do that and then split, I'm like, God, I hope no one saw that and want to like harm us, and then they know that we're ways.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashley, and I'm so happy you came by. The Queerly Blax Show aims to normalize the everyday existence of Black LGBTQIA+ individuals through an interview-style series with regular folks like you and me. So every week, a new guest shares their story and unique perspective on their existence as an LGBTQIA+ individual. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you subscribe, download, set your reminders to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of the Queerly Blax Show. I'm your host, Ashley, joined by some very, very special guests. We got Miya and Shayna in the building, y'all. Hey, y'all introduce yourselves to the people. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I'm Shayna, I'm 23, and I'm from Florida.
And I'm Miya, I'm 25, and I'm from Manchester, UK.
Nice. And we gonna get right to it. Y'all are recently engaged. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Y'all have a date yet?
We do. Yeah, it's the end of summer. We're not gonna give it away, you know, but it's the end of summer. So stay tuned for the pics.
Is it gonna be in the States or
Yeah, it's gonna be
yeah.
Nice. Where's it gonna be? In the States? Florida. Okay, nice. Yeah, Florida's nice. Oh man, that's awesome. So how's life? I mean, how is it? Has it changed? What's straight into wedding planning?
Oh, it's stress.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's a lot of stress. Anxiety, excitement, but anxiety mostly.
Yeah, because we're planning like it in the States, obviously, but we're over here in the UK, so we're having to depend on a lot of people to do like. Yeah,
like my family to like they went to go view our reception venue and stuff like on FaceTime, so that's the only place we've seen it like on FaceTime, so we have to rely on my family to do everything for us there. Yeah, we can't be as hands-on as we want to be, and it's really soon, so they basically taken on a lot of it for us.
Yeah, and at the same time we're planning a move as well. So it's just a lot of like planning right now, a lot of stress on top of like working and stuff, so life is hectic right now.
Yeah. How what was the response? How did the family respond when you guys told them you were engaged?
They were happy. Yeah, they're really happy. Like I feel like we've gotten quite close to each other's families, so yeah, they're really happy, and they kind of knew it was coming. Yeah.
Nice. They knew come in. I think they were happy though. We want them to be a bit more excited. They kind of were like, okay.
A little clap. I'm like, can I get a round of applause?
What up? It's your host, Ashley, and I'm interrupting this podcast to ask, are you following us? Have you downloaded the podcast? Are you subscribed to us on YouTube? If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all platforms, Queerly Black. I'm going to let y'all get back to the show. Peace. It was a slow clap. It was like, about time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a lot of support. We appreciate that. Yeah.
That's good. And how long have you guys been together?
It's going to be 4 years on our wedding anniversary. On our wedding
that's
date.
Cute. That makes sense. Okay. That's a lot of short engagement. Okay. That makes sense. That
date, then they know when the wedding is. But
do research to find out if you want to know.
Yeah, dropping hints. So y'all gotta go look. Y'all gotta go figure it out. Well, good, man. I definitely want to congratulate you. I think love is love, and it's amazing. But now we got to go back to the beginning. We got to go way back to the beginning. All the way back, not to the beginning of your relationship, to the beginning of your individual journeys to queerness. When was the first time you encountered your sexuality?
Do you want to go first?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I'd say like 8 when, weirdly enough, lesbian was the first kind of genre of porn I was exposed to. Yeah, that was a bit young. Yeah.
One of your cousins was watching some inappropriate stuff.
What's that? My breasts. But probably like back, but probably not for sure until middle school, like end of middle school. And I was like, I think I had a friend who was bisexual, and I was like, what's that?
What's that?
I mean,
nice.
But
for me, I feel like for me, my mom would say she always knew. So I was probably showing signs like very early. I think I guess I did kind of have like little crushes on like some of like my best friends or something, you know. But like really encountered my sexuality was probably when I was like around 16, and I got into like, I was like a huge Beyonce stan. So I was on like stan Twitter and stuff, and like a lot of the other stans were like queer and stuff. So I kind of felt like I found my crowd. I wasn't like out and I wasn't like accepting of it yet, but I knew like deep down. But yeah, I think I knew from 16, and when I accepted it, I was into my 20s. So
yeah, it's interesting because like normally, I mean, I guess parents sometimes know about girls, but normally it's like boys that like they like, okay, yeah. I wonder what your mom picked up on. Were you a tomboy?
No.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I was just, she just kind of like assumed because I was like in love with Beyonce. It was the Beyonce thing.
I mean, everybody's in love with Beyonce.
A really girl's girl and stuff. So yeah, I was never really like had boyfriends and stuff like in high school. So yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, it is very interesting. So when did you both come out?
I came out at 19, right before I met her.
Yeah, and I technically came out at like 23, 24. So like my family. Yeah. Pretty late. So not that long ago actually. Just 2 years ago.
Man. What gave both of you the confidence to come out?
I kind of had the confidence from my sister, like she's bisexual as well. So we kind of like talked about that, and we said we were going to tell our parents together, and she kind of backed out. But I was like, I feel like if I don't tell them now, like, no, I won't ever tell them. But I was like, I feel like I'm ready to tell them now, even though when I told them, they were like, yeah, okay. We knew that, but all right, good thing you know.
Yes.
But yeah.
What gave me the confidence to come out was Shayna. Like we were together at that point, obviously. So I felt like pretty secure in our relationship, and I didn't want to hide it. I felt like I was starting to resent my family because I was like sneaking around and stuff. So yeah, but I didn't exactly come out. They just ended up asking me, and like I just ended up saying like, yeah, this is my girlfriend. And yeah, they were like cool about it to my face and stuff. So yeah,
to your face.
You don't know. Like.
You don't know what they saying behind that you like, man, I don't need, but it's cool as long as you ain't, you ain't bold enough to say that to me, so it's all good. For sure. Well, that's good because I mean, it could go every kind of way. So it's good that you guys had a great experience. I think I don't know how much exposure you had to like other like LGBT couples or anything like that. You're probably one of the youngest couples I think I've talked to on the platform. So I'm curious about your views on like older lesbians and versus kind of younger culture, because I at least personally noticed, there's a lot more in our talk. Again, the conversation I had with Royalty, we talked about like, 11-year-olds being like, I'm gay and I'm cool, right? And I'm older. I'm significantly older than you guys in terms of just generationally. I'm in my 30s, right? So I'm 31. Let me be clear, because I ain't like like that. But it's older enough in terms of progression of like being gay that there's a difference. Right. So from your perspective, do you notice like even in building an audience and engaging with people, a difference in like how people view like being queer and being in this space?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely do. I feel like in terms of us, we don't really have that much exposure to queer couples or lesbian couples in general. I don't know if that's because of where we are or yeah, I don't really know why.
We have a lot of
is.
straight friends.
Yeah. But,
I would say that younger gay people do seem a lot more confident with it. Like they do seem to come out a lot earlier, and they know. Like I wasn't like so aware that I knew when I was a kid. You know, like you said, you knew at 8, but I didn't. Like I wasn't like thinking about like my sexuality. But I do like. I love that it's just so normalized for them that they can express it from such young ages because it's just how they feel, and they know how they feel because they're like seeing it and like on TV and all. Like
I feel like
they
feel confident to come out as well because they know it's not as like I feel like it's more of a thing that if you try and bully someone for being gay these days, you'll get bullied instead or be like
protection.
Yeah, it's a lot more accepted. Whereas I feel like I guess when I was younger, I was still a bit wary. I was like, I don't know how people are going to react to this. Yeah, but in terms of like, I don't really know how I view older lesbian couples or older lesbians in general.
Not really, but I know how I view myself, and I would say that like young people, like I was saying before, they're a lot more confident with it. Even now, we've been in this relationship for like going on 4 years, and it's still kind of like uncomfortable, like expressing like that we're in a relationship outdoors, you know what I mean? Whereas I will see young lesbians or young like gay people holding hands and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, no, like because I'm thinking, what would people think? Like, so I guess that's pretty much probably how older gays view it as well. Yeah, like
I feel like I just be I feel like I'm just really curious to even have older gays around, and I feel like it'd just be a really interesting conversation to have with them. So I'd be looking forward to that ever happened.
Yeah, because you know, even like I think I've heard like, you know, we're as Black people, the main question or kind of as we're growing up, like one of the main things is like, what will people think? That's literally like the biggest thing, even when it comes to like how you look. Like, you know, if you're expressing yourself a certain way as a kid, it's like, no, fix that, because like, what will people think? You know, and it's always like when it extends to this space, it's like that's the part of the queerly Black conversation to me that's just us being Black. Like that's the part that's we're Black, because like even with your hair can look a certain way and your mom's like, fix your hair, you know, like what's wrong, like why do you have an issue with my hair? She doesn't have an issue with it, but she's like, well, what are people going to think about your hair looking like that, you know? So it's like, I think that's one of those nuanced things that we have to manage as queer Black people. You were mentioning like feeling uncomfortable in like public, like being affectionate. Me and my wife are not a high PDA couple either. That's just not either one of our like defaults. We don't not do it, but we're just not like that's just not a natural default for us. Where does that come from for you when you like either see it or like kind of consciously choose not to do it?
It's kind of probably the same. We're probably not that highly affectionate people either. But definitely I do feel a bit more pressure. Like I have dated guys before and I've held their hand outside. But with Shayna, I will hold her hand, but I do feel on edge the whole time. Like I feel like someone's gonna say something or someone's looking too hard, and say like if we're like parting ways on the street and we want to like kiss goodbye or something, it's kind of like I'll do it, but it's still in my head like, oh, let's do this really fast, you know, so no one sees or notices.
And then I'll still be worried, like say if we did do that and then split, I'm like, God, I hope no one saw that and want to like harm us, and then they know that we're ways. But I feel like for me it's I just don't like it publicly, because I'm fine with like affection anywhere else, but I'm just like I don't know. It feels kind of showy at a point, and I feel like especially because it's normalized for straight couples, and I'd be like, oh yeah, like but like you just see it so much more prevalently, and they feel so comfortable to go so far with it, and I'm just like, I didn't consent to seeing this. I just feel uncomfortable when I'm trying to express my love to you in public, So yeah, I just don't want to do all that.
I feel you. No, it's definitely people, go crazy. What, so that was a great segmented conversation there. How did you meet?
Tinder.
Okay.
And
so who DM'd first?
I think I did. Yeah, I slid in there with the GIF.
Yeah.
GIF, whatever you want to call it.
And I sent one back, and it was started from there. And we were speaking for like, how long were we speaking on Tinder?
I feel like it was quite a few days.
Yeah, and then we got like each other's number, and then, yeah, we like met up like after like a week or something.
A week or 2 weeks, maybe like a week. It seemed longer than that.
Yeah, and then it's been history ever since.
Dope. Was there any reservation about like meeting someone online, or did you feel like was it a surprise when you guys connected the way you did?
I think it was a surprise, and I feel like I wasn't wary meeting her because I had met other people online, and this was a lot more of a genuine connection than the other connections I had made online. So I was more excited than nervous or worried.
Yeah, probably the same. I'd met people online before, so I wasn't nervous, and I knew she wasn't a real person. I'd do my research, found her Facebook and all of that. So yeah, we met in a public space, so I wasn't nervous. I was excited as well, because I was like, this is probably the first time I'm meeting a girl on Tinder that like I actually, feel like there could be something. But yeah, and just a girl in general, to be honest, because I've been on dates with girls before, but this is definitely like, I felt a bit more real and a bit more like, yeah, I like her,
Yeah. So on Tinder, right? I've never been on a dating app, so I'm gonna just ask some questions I'm curious about. How do you go from you're on Tinder kind of sourcing, through like different people, like, trying, making connections. You make a connection, and then the process of like getting off and then trusting that the other person is also off. Like, what is that point, or like what was that point for you guys now, or like in the past, where like you thought you were serious and then you found out like they were still like on there? Like talk to me about that.
I feel like we both kind of got off at the same time. We definitely deleted. I think we deleted her. Like,
so is this like a we're gonna do this right here together kind of thing, or is this like a trust thing? Like, I'm getting off, so you get off. Like, what are we like? How does that? How did that work?
Because when we met, we like didn't we meet up like the day after? Like, we literally didn't stop like speaking or like being with each other when we first started talking. So it was like, I feel like it was just more of a trust thing, because we trusted this is good. You don't need to do that, especially because it was slim pickings on for Black women.
It was really slim pickings. Don't come to the UK.
Don't come to Manchester.
Yeah,
London might be fine.
But we were like really open with each other anyway. Yeah. We didn't delete that straight away. No. We both stayed on it, and like we were both open with each other that we were on it. And sometimes we'd be like on each other's and stuff. We've always just like had like a friendship from the beginning. Yeah. So. And then when we decided to delete the app, it wasn't like any worry in my mind if she hadn't or not. Like, I just trusted that she had.
But we did have a
like
a little incident that like the one girl that I actually met up and kind of like spoke to before I met her, because I dated guys all before that. She messaged me on Instagram to be like, oh, just wanted to let you know that your girlfriend's like still on Tinder. I don't know if you know. And I was like, oh yeah, no, I know. We just keep it up there for some fun sometimes. Thanks for letting me know. And I'm like, ma'am.
She thought she was trying to air you out.
Trying to come to me as a woman.
Wow, people are crazy. Yeah. So how's your dynamic as a more or less two like feminine presenting women? How does that function for you? I mean obviously, I think I know, like, it's just two women together, right? We look like this, but talk about that from your own perspective of like being two feminine presenting women, and you know, do you both like you'll be out and like people obviously probably assume a lot of times you're friends and like don't take you serious and like hit on one of you in front of the other, like just talk about how that how that functions as two feminine presenting women.
Good, yeah, all of the above, honestly. And I obviously love being with another femme woman because like we do like a lot of the same things. Like we both like makeup, we both like getting dressed up and taking pictures and all this girly stuff, helping each other pick outfits and stuff. But we definitely deal with like people not taking the relationship serious or people just not believing that this relationship is real. Like even if people come across our joint page, they will still assume that we're friends sometimes or like something else, you know. And when we are out, men definitely try and hit on us, like in clubs and stuff. Men will try to speak to us, and like if we're like, oh no, we're like together, we're a couple, they'll be like, why you prove it, like kiss, you know.
Like shows, not shows your Instagram, but we did show someone our joint Instagram. And they was like, I have friends like that, and I'm like, take bitch with your friends like this.
Yeah,
they more than friends.
But that we're like lesbians.
Yeah.
What up? It's your host, Ashley, and I'm interrupting this podcast to ask, are you following us? Have you downloaded the podcast? Are you subscribed to us on YouTube? If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all platforms, Queerly Black. I'm going to let y'all get back to the show. Peace.
We literally were in a gay bar, in the gay area in our city, and a gay guy was like, oh, I'm trying to help you find a boyfriend. I'm like, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
But people are wild, man.
Really wild. Really wild.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have struggled with that though. Like getting people to take our relationship seriously. Sometimes we like I struggled with it myself as well because I was like, everyone else doesn't take it seriously. So I struggled with like, obviously I love Shayna and I knew this was a relationship, but in my head I was like, but does this look like a relationship to other people? Like, does this look like, does this feel like a relationship? And like, I think that's literally just like everyone else's point of view, putting it onto myself and just being like, well, people don't view us as that way. So yeah.
And I even feel like in terms of our Instagram, just to not grow our audience, but to like reach the right kind of people to make sure that people know we're gay. I feel like we like are still conscious of like, oh, does this look like a coupley picture? Like, are we touching each other enough? Are we close enough? Like even that. Yeah.
Yeah. Has that been like something you had to work through as a couple, like working through like making sure that those things are not projected on you in your relationship? Is that like a conversation that you've had to have within yourselves?
I feel like it has been like a sharing our thoughts that were similar to that. Yeah.
But it's not something we've had to work on. We both like, no,
just reassured each other that it was like, oh, I know that you might be worried about that, but don't worry, because I might sometimes feel the same thing, but I know that we are okay, and I know that we are in a good, healthy relationship, and everything's fine. And this should still be viewed as a equal relationship to a straight couple or any other couple. And I feel like sometimes with being femme and femme as well, I don't know, sometimes we clash on certain things, sometimes the same things that we do like. And sometimes I feel like for me, I have had to work on seeing her as competition, which is weird to say. And I hate to say that because obviously I do love her. But when you're with someone who is likes all the same things as you and are trying to be successful at all the same things you are, you can be like, well, I kind of get into that comparison mindset. Yeah. But
at the same time, still like want them to succeed, but want yourself to succeed too. Like it's that weird, I
want to be on the same side as you, and sometimes I remind myself that it's like if she grows, I grow, we grow.
For sure.
She's gonna leave me back here but and vice versa.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was gonna say as well because I kind of thought of like with like people not like seeing our relationship. Sometimes I want to show it a bit more, so sometimes I like want to like say we're around like our straight couple, they'll be like, I don't know, just doing a lot like holding hands or like kissing around their friends. And I feel like a lot of the time, because Shayna isn't affectionate, when we're with our friends, I will like feel like, oh, we're just like a group with the friends now, we're just like with the girls. I say if we like go out, and like sometimes I get like a bit frustrated as Shayna, because I'd be like, well, why don't you come and dance with me? Like, we're not just like with our friends, like we're a couple as well. Like, I'd like to like act like a couple. And I don't know if that's just like just my thoughts, and it probably is as well, but I also think that is because I want like our friends to feel us as a couple as well, because sometimes they forget like we're just like a part of the girl clique, you know?
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like it's not apparent that we're a couple. So yeah, that is probably like where it can clash sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I totally get it. I think even I mean, me, I've just kind of taken the position of like normalization, in a sense that like I'll say like my wife in a conversation just like that. Like I'll be like, yeah, my wife X, you know, like for example, like my wife's pregnant. And so I'll just be like, yeah, my wife, you know, I'll thank you. I appreciate that. I'll just be like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, me and my wife went to a concert, or, you know, yeah, my wife's pregnant. And I just, you know, told my coworkers just as naturally as that. Like I just kind of taken the position of like, I'm not going to make it awkward so that you don't feel like it's awkward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna live into it like you live into it. Like if my wife's leaving, I'm gonna just kiss her goodbye, because that's what you do with the person. Like, and I don't really care who sees it. I don't really care who, you know, is uncomfortable. It's, you know, I'm gonna call her babe. I'm gonna just, because she's my wife, you know, like just as naturally as anybody else would. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, so I'm not gonna make it awkward, you know, because it's not awkward. This is our relationship. This is how we function, right? So I've kind of taken that position. It's taken time to get there, but I think, you know, I think that's a place that you'll get to. You know, I think naturally, just like as you settle into the relationship, you settle into like all the change and all the, you know, being in your early 20s as well. Like I think there's that kind of like, who am I really question that you're still answering, like, and a part of it obviously is your identity. So I think over time, you know, as a wise 30-year-old, now I can tell you, I can assure you that like it'll happen. Like it'll just happen. It'll be like, you know what, I'm over the shit, and you'll just do it. Like, you know, like it just kind of happens.
I mean it.
Yeah, because it's like there's so many things like I think as you kind of once you kind of settle out of like figuring out your career, and like your parents are cool with your relationship and your family's cool with your relationship, and like you've kind of overcome all these hurdles, like then you're like, all right, this is my life, right? Like this is like what we got. There's like not much more change in terms of like these foundational things. I am this in my career. I am this person. I like women. This is what it is, right? Then once you're like settled into your person a little bit more, you just be like, all right, cool. Like we could tackle like PDA. We can tackle like, you know, normalizing like, you know, this is my wife, or normalizing like these, I can pick up these other like struggles because now I've settled all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, it'll happen for sure. So for you guys, what was the source of inspiration for becoming a public couple? Like what was where did that stem from?
Over couples. Over like we watched like over like YouTube lesbian couples. We can name a few. Like I watched like Sway and Jay, BK4L, what's Easy and Natalie.
Love them all.
Left in Store. Wow.
Who?
Lauren and
Steph.
Wow.
Yeah. So we've been watching them for a while. I watched them and I kind of got Shayna into them.
Josh and Easy. I mean, they're not lesbians.
They're not lesbians,
but they're black couple.
Who's that?
Josh and Easy, but that's a straight couple. Yeah. But yeah, so they were kind of our inspiration, and we were like, we could do this, like. So yeah, we kind of just like went for it.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I think representation is extremely important, and glad that you guys are you know, have the confidence to share openly and inspire other couples, especially today. You know, it's just so critical to have that. So I got two more questions for you. One is, if you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
Go on.
I said mine was gonna be Oops, because
Tweet.
Yes.
Is that Tweet?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna say yes.
There goes my shirt up over my head. Yeah, it's sweet.
Just for the title of the name, just because I'm very clumsy, and I'm like, sometimes why you like this?
I love it.
Why you like?
What up? It's your host Ashley, and I'm interrupting this podcast to ask: are you following us? Have you downloaded the podcast? Are you subscribed to us on YouTube? If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all platforms, Queerly Black. I'm going to let y'all get back to the show. Peace.
Then maybe that one is
Yeah, mine is a recent song, and it is Break My Soul.
Man, girl, listen.
I just feel that, like, to my core. Like,
you won't break my soul.
Especially in adulthood. Like,
listen.
No one can break my soul. No person can break my soul. Nothing can break my soul. Like, everything is trying to break our souls right now. So I need that song. I need it to be my life. You know what I mean?
The whole worship song.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I need to wake up in the morning and put that on and be like, get ready for the day.
Start the day. It's funny because me and my sister, we were talking about something, and we had started clashing over the topic. It wasn't like a serious like thing. It was just like more of a sister kind of like little thing. And so I just sent her the song. I was like, "You won't break my soul." And she was like, "You're so irritating." Like, I was like, "Exactly. Like, get on out of here with that." But yeah, no. Oh man, that's I'm me. I'm a stan. I've seen her like 5 times in concert. Beyonce can do no wrong in my eyes. There's nothing she could do wrong. Nothing.
No,
she can't do anything wrong. Her birthday is also September 4th, and my birthday September 5th. So I mean, look, I just yeah, Virgo, yes. So she gets it right a lot of times. Are you Virgo? Somebody's Virgo? Yes. When's your birthday?
23rd of August.
There you go. Yeah, man. We the best. I'm sorry. Leo. Okay. That's cool too. You outnumbered though, because we got Beyonce. So I mean,
that's fair. You win.
We win. But you love her, so it's all good. Your family.
Yeah.
Great. And I got one more question. If you had advice for someone who is struggling with something you struggled with on your journey, what advice would you give them?
I would just tell anyone to just block out the noise, because honestly, like, everyone is just projecting, and they're just projecting their worries onto you, what they're scared of. They want you to be scared of, like your parents, your family, everything. So if you just like listen to yourself and like seek out things that represent you, and learn to be comfortable within yourself without listening to everyone's opinions, then you'll probably get ahead a lot faster, because listening to people just like slows you down and makes you doubt yourself. It's the advice I would give.
And I just say that literally do whatever makes you happy, because at the end of the day, when you go to sleep, it's your life. So, and no one else is living with what you're living with. And if you do something for other people, you're going to be up at night regretting that. So you might as well do whatever makes you happy, so you can rest easy at night.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts for it. Even if you ain't struggling with being queer, if you struggling with your life, I always like, I mean, I'm the oldest of 3 of 2. I have 2 younger sisters, oldest of 3. And I tell my sisters the same thing. I'm like, listen, you don't have to make me happy. You have to be when you go to sleep at night, you close your eyes, you sleep there knowing what you are struggling with and what, is making you uncomfortable. So you have to deal with that, And so that's life advice, y'all. That's not just career advice. That's life advice. So that's awesome, man. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok with the name Miya X Shayna.
Yeah, but our YouTube is Miya and Shay. And yeah, that's it actually. And you can also follow our solo Instagram. Mine is Miya Ogle, and Shayna's is.
Mine is Shayna _IX.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, congratulations, ladies, on the recent engagement. Make sure y'all drop that wedding registry so people can support y'all. Yes, put the rings up. Show the ring. Show the ring.
We can't show that.
Girl.
Okay.
Girl.
I'm sorry.
Great. That's a great moment. Awesome. Well, thank y'all for coming through, Miya Shayna. Definitely appreciate y'all sharing y'all story. Congratulations on everything. Congratulations on all the recent success, the continued success. Y'all are going places. Keep sharing, keep showing up for this community. We more than need it, more than appreciate it. And for y'all make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, download the podcast. And y'all already know I'm your host, Ashley. I'll catch y'all on the next one.